There's something about worry that makes it feel productive. Like you're doing something, like you're being responsible. Like if you think about it hard enough, you'll somehow control it. But really, you're just rehearsing disasters that haven't happened yet, building scenarios in your head like it's a part-time job. You lie there at night staring at the ceiling, running through conversations that don't exist, preparing defenses for situations that aren't real. And you call it being prepared. But here's the thing, worrying doesn't prepare you, it just empties you out, drains every bit of energy you have for things that might never even happen. And maybe you've noticed, the things you worried about last month, half of them didn't happen. The ones that did, you handled them anyway. Not because you stressed, but because you showed up when it was time. And yeah, I do this too. I'll catch myself in the middle of the day and realize I've been worrying about something for hours. And nothing actually happened. I just lived inside the fear of it. And the worst part, you can't even explain it to people. Because from the outside, you look fine, maybe even calm. But inside, you're running worst-case scenarios on a loop. Every unread message becomes a sign someone's upset. Every quiet moment becomes proof you're not doing enough. One unexpected thing happens and suddenly your whole day feels like it's spiraling. And you start to think, is this just how my brain works now? Is this permanent? But here's what I've noticed, and maybe you're noticing it too. Worry isn't actually about the future. It's about right now. It's your mind trying to feel useful when it's scared, trying to predict every outcome as if thinking hard enough will keep bad things from happening. But it's an illusion. You're not controlling anything. You're just spinning. And while you're busy obsessing over what might go wrong, life is quietly unfolding right in front of you. Moments pass, opportunities slip through. Peace sits there waiting and you don't even see it. Because worry makes you blind to everything except the fear.
You know what worry really is? It's the brain's faulty survival instinct, constantly scanning for threats, trying to stay 3 steps ahead of danger that doesn't exist yet. And it gives you this strange sense of control, like you're doing something, thinking, preparing, planning. But in reality, ironically, you're just running laps around a problem you haven't even met yet. And here's the part that messes with you the most. While you're worrying, you miss everything else. The way someone's looking at you, the quiet beauty of a moment, the fact that right now, in this second, nothing's actually wrong. I've had days where I worried so much that I couldn't even enjoy the good things when they happened. I'd laugh, but my mind was still halfway stuck in some scenario that hadn't arrived. And without realizing it, I built my whole inner world around preparing for storms that never came. But the real shift, it doesn't happen when you figure out how to stop worrying. It happens when you stop asking, what if everything goes wrong? And start asking, what if I'll be okay even if it does? That one question changes everything, because confidence isn't built by avoiding chaos. It's built by realizing you can meet it, that you can face discomfort without collapsing, that you don't need all the answers. You just need to stay present enough to hear them when they come.
Here's something that might sting a little. A lot of the problems you think you have aren't actually problems. They're stories created by worry. You're not always overwhelmed by your situation. You're overwhelmed by your interpretation of it, the meaning you've assigned, the future outcomes you've imagined that may never arrive. Worry has this way of turning small things into monsters. A single unread text becomes proof someone's done with you. A quiet room becomes evidence you're failing. One thing goes wrong and suddenly everything feels like it's falling apart. But what if you didn't add meaning? What if you didn't jump to conclusions? What if you just let things be what they are without making them personal, negative, or permanent? I'm not saying that's easy. I'm saying maybe that's where it starts. Because most of the weight you're carrying, it's not yours. It's the stories, the assumptions, the rehearsed disasters, the invisible standards you never agreed to but still feel pressured to meet. And all of that, it can go. You don't have to solve every problem before you exhale. You don't have to anticipate every outcome before you allow yourself to rest. You just have to notice when your mind tries to pull you into fear and choose not to follow it. Not every time, just sometimes. The shift isn't what you think. There's this moment when everything just gets quiet. Not peaceful quiet, eerie quiet. Like the world stopped holding its breath. You stop seeing signs. You stop feeling anxious. You stop even knowing what you were so worried about because you've been carrying it for so long that it became background noise. And that's when most people panic because they think the quiet means nothing's happening. That if they're not worrying, they're being careless. But that's not what's happening. The quiet isn't absence, it's space. It's your nervous system finally realizing it doesn't have to be on high alert anymore. And maybe one day you notice you're not worrying about that thing anymore. Not because you decided to stop, but because something inside you just let go. You didn't fight it, you didn't force it, you just stopped feeding it, and it faded on its own. And you start handling things as they come, not as you feared they would be. You make decisions without the fog. You show up differently because you're not stuck in loops of doubt and what ifs anymore. Worry feeds on imaginary futures. But peace, real peace, lives in the now. And once you feel that, even in small doses, you start to realize something. Nothing outside you actually changed. You changed, and the world began responding to that. You know what's rare these days? A mind that's quiet. Not because everything is perfect, but because it's no longer at war with itself. And that kind of peace, it doesn't come from controlling life. It comes from learning to stop adding weight where it doesn't belong. Most of what's making your days feel heavy isn't yours to carry. It's the made-up conversations, the rehearsed disasters, the assumptions about what people think, the timelines you never agreed to but feel pressured to meet. And all of that, you can let it go. Not because someone told you to, but because one day you just notice you're tired of carrying it and you set it down. And nothing dramatic happens. You don't suddenly become a different person. You just breathe a little easier. You walk through life a little more open, a little less armored, a little less panicked. And life responds differently when your energy shifts. People feel it. You feel it. It's not some mystical thing. It's just that you're finally showing up as you, not the overcalculated version, not the future version, just the version of you that trusts whatever happens next, you'll meet it when it arrives, and not a second sooner. And maybe, just maybe, everything starts going well. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because you stopped making it harder than it needed to be. I can't tell you when the worry will stop. I don't know if it ever fully does. Maybe it just gets quieter. Maybe you just get better at noticing it without letting it run the show. But I know this, you're closer to peace than you think. Not because you figured it all out, but because you've already survived every moment that tried to break you. And you're still here. still showing up, still trying, still carrying more than you should, but also starting to realize you don't have to. You don't need to worry your way into a peaceful future. You can choose peace right now, not as a destination, but as a decision. And the more you make that choice, the easier it becomes to return to yourself, no matter how loud the world gets. So if you're feeling that quiet shift right now, if something inside you is saying, maybe I can stop fighting this, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. You've been at war long enough, and peace, it's been waiting for you this whole time, right here, closer than you think. Stop fighting and let it find you.